Josh Wright, after Ebbsfleet 0, Hemel Hempstead 0, 14 corners for Ebbsfleet, 1 for Hemel. Is that the story of the game?
I think it is. Look, sometimes, or whenever, you have to sometimes maybe take your hat off to teams that they come with a game plan. And I was hearing some comments after them saying that we're by far the best side in the league, and that's all fine. But listen, they come for maybe what they got, a draw. And it becomes difficult when you're trying to break teams down. It might look easy because we've got a lot of possession and we're planning their half and final third entries and box entries and corner after corner, as you say. But sometimes those games can be a little bit more difficult than what teams that maybe come out at us a little bit. And we see it, I think, at Chippenham, especially when it went down to 10 men. But look, I think if we hadn't have played well when we drew 0-0, we'd be a lot more frustrated than we are, because I think you could see, and I hope you agree, that I thought we played well. I think if you get the first goal in that game, it ends up being a minimum of a 3, if not 4. And look, it is what it is. It's another point. We have to just keep chalking each game off. It is another point in the right direction. I think, without looking at too much, I've heard Dartford in second, I believe, got beat. So it's another point in front of them, but we can only concentrate on ourselves, as we keep saying. And look, it was frustrating not to get the 3 points, but I felt we thoroughly deserved it. And on another day, you get the first goal, it's going to be 3 or 4, as I say.
I mean, it didn't appear that Ebbsfleet played badly. It's just that the opposition just wouldn't wilt. They wouldn't quit, would they? They just stopped you in your tracks.
No, look, hard to say, but they were time wasting from minute one. They were doing things behind the referee's back and kicking the ball away. And it's football, it's sport, it happens. Sometimes we're in leading positions, or throughout my career, you're winning at teams, and you have to, there's certain words that you could use, but you have to manage the game in ways. But look, that's what they did. And they camped in, they packed it out in the middle. It was very, very congested in the middle of the park and around their 18-yard box. We had to keep going wide and keep going from side to side at times. It can be frustrating from a fan's point of view, I believe, because you see the side and you think just go forward, go forward, go forward. But sometimes you have to keep cycling it from right to left and trying to find that opening. But I think if you look back at it, we had enough openings, we had enough chances. I don't know what the shots ratio is, I don't know what it is, but all I know is that we absolutely dominated the game, and we can be pleased with our performance. But of course, we wanted to get the 3 points and we didn't. So the beauty of this game is another one Tuesday night at home under the lights, and we've got an opportunity to go and get the 3 points. And with this point, then it wouldn't be a bad return.
And last time you played Worthing was down at their place and you won 6-0. They're going to want to put things right, aren't they, in that game on Tuesday?
Yeah, I believe they're a side that like to try and play. They've got a style of football, and good luck to them. I think they're a good side, but we showed them what we can do when we went down to their place, and we've shown pretty much every side in this division. And the league table doesn't lie, certainly at this stage of the season. And we know the games are slowly running out, but for us in the position we're in, that's obviously a good thing. And it's another point gained today in terms of the team that are chasing us, or one of the teams in second place. And we've just got to keep going. And we've got an opportunity Tuesday to go and do it again and do the double over Worthing. And they know what we'll be about, but we'll do our work. Obviously, the gaffer will have us on the training ground on Monday, and we'll be going through stuff, and we'll have our game plan, and hopefully we can pick up the 3 points.
It's not bad though, is it? You come away with a draw today. You haven't scored, but you've increased your lead at the top to 15 points. You'd probably take that.
Exactly that. Look, I was talking to myself down there, and I've mentioned it to one or two of the boys in the changing room. You never want to lose football games, but if you look at, if people think, oh, if you had lost 2 out of those last 2 draws and won today, it's the same points return, and we're looking at how many wins we feel we need to get over the line. So you look at it like that. It's the unbeaten run continues. It's another clean sheet. We know on another day, we know if one hits the back of the net, we know what it can go to. And as you say, we're into March now. It's another point in front. It's 15 points clear, and we've just got to keep going and keep working hard. And as I say, another game on Tuesday to back it up. And if we can get the 3 points there, then we'll be in a fantastic position.
Now, I'd like to just move on a little bit from the football, because you've just become a dad again. And you've had a difficult time, haven't you? And I just wanted to touch on that, because maybe the fans don't appreciate footballers are human beings too. And you've had a stressful time at home. I believe your son's been in hospital. It was a premature birth, and it's been a tough time for you and your wife. And for you to come to work every day, knowing that that's going on in your private life, must have been difficult.
Yeah, look, you've pretty much just asked the question and answered the question for me. It hasn't been easy, but these things happen in life, you know, and I'm not the type of person, whatever's gone on in my life from when I was young and to the adult that I am now, I've never been one to want to sit indoors, mope around, because I think things through too much. So, look, it is what it is. My wife actually come to the game with our eldest, who was only 1 last week. So we've got now what's called Irish twins, and she's had to leave early because she's had to shoot back to the hospital. We was at the hospital this morning ourselves together. I was having my pre-match in the hospital because it is what it is, but I'm doing what I can to help support my teammates, this football club, the fans, the gaffer, the people that have put the trust in me. And listen, the hospital's been amazing. He's 3 weeks today, he was born. It was the day of the Bath game where I would believe I was due to be playing. And I was keeping dialogue with the club, and in the end we were in the hospital for 72 hours, and Holly, my wife, went through hell, but the hospital did amazing. They protected her, protected the baby, and they're looking after the baby incredibly well now. And on the whole, he's doing well. I look at it, and the way I describe it every day is like 2 steps forward, 1 step back. But 2 steps forward is better than 2 steps back and 1 step forward, if that makes sense, because it's positive, but then there are little negatives. We had a bad day yesterday, but I just try to focus. And as I say, as long as I've got family, friends around me, and I come to places like this, my workplace, because this is my work and this is the place that pay me and put the food on the table for my family at home, my wife and my 2 kids now. And I have to respect that. And yes, the club have absolutely supported me and protected me from minute one. And that's a credit to the whole club, Damien, the gaffer, the fans, the players, everyone, whoever doesn't know. And they've said to me, do what you need to do. But I've wanted to come back in, and I'm giving it everything. Obviously, I missed the other night, and I spent the evening at the hospital and at home with my wife. And listen, as long as my boy gets out and he's safe, that's all I care about. And as long as we get promoted, that's all I care about. And listen, I'm not the only one going through with it in life, and there's a lot worse that can happen in life and could be happening in this situation I'm in now. So thank God, all's okay at the moment. Long may it continue, and let's hope I've got him here celebrating at the end of the season.
Well, let's hope that you're down there with him in your arms, running around the pitch with something else in your arms.
Exactly that. I had one of them today, and I said to Holly, listen, why don't you come to the game today? Get out. It was yesterday because she's been through it. And she said, yeah, all right. And then suddenly we were laying in bed last night, and I said, why don't I just bring him on the pitch? Like, he's been brilliant, the little boy Josh, my first one. He's only 1, but he's a great character, and he smiled the whole time. I think we've got some videos of it, and Holly did. He smiled the whole time, and that made me happy. And then obviously I looked up and I see Holly go, and they wasn't here. I found out she had to go back to the hospital. That's another story. But I had 1 today. Let's hope I've got 2 in my arms come the final game of the season, or whenever it is, celebrating with a promotion, because I think this whole football club and everyone associated deserves it.
And you deserve it too.
Appreciate it.
And just to let you know that we're all behind you. We think you're a tremendous character, a great asset to the club, and thank you for what you're doing for Absolute United, and all good wishes to you and your family.
That means a lot, and long may it continue, and let's hope we can all celebrate something come the end of the season together.
Thanks, Josh.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys. Thank you very much. Cheers, guys.